What up, y'all? I'm JT, Chef Tickles, the Alaskan Sniper. I'm here with your boy, Chris Easy, Deuces -1, Chris Evans.
What up, what up?
We're joined here with our man, Big Daddy, the boy himself, Faraz Sani,
What it do, baby?
DB, the Assassin, Sharp Knuckles. How's it going? And let's get into it. This is Hoop Session. What's up, boys? Welcome back to Hoop Session. Taking a little bit of a hiatus due to the All-Star break, but we're back for episode 27. We're going to do reactions. We all watched the All-Star game together. So that was fun. We're going to talk reactions. We got a pick 'em from about 10 days ago that we got to go through. Set up the next match.
JT wants to get to that first, huh?
and we're going to talk about Blake finally landing with the Nets as well. All right, let's quickly get into the pick 'em. JT going flying solo, picking the Lakers over the Blazers. They won 102-93. So
Nice.
to update our scores now, I'm still in last at 3-7. Chris is at 4-6, right in the middle, and DB and Faraz still tied for first at 6-4. So the next game not bad. The next game I saw is for Friday night. I believe it's Friday night before we do our Saturday one, and it's the Suns at the Blazers. Faraz, you want to go first with that one?
Blazers.
Yeah.
I'm with Blazers as well, just because I want them to.
Although Phoenix has been playing unreal, man.
Yeah.
I'll go Phoenix.
They're a good team.
I like that team, yeah.
You want Phoenix?
Second best record in the league right now. Phoenix.
Who? Phoenix?
Yeah,
Phoenix,
crazy.
yeah.
Crazy.
Dude, Chuck the other day was like Chris Paul, like the best leader the NBA has seen, like in the past little while. I'm like, dude, I might agree with the guy, man. The way the guy is able to actually take charge on teams and people follow him.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to see, man. It's pretty cool.
Well, I think it was made very evident that he was selected to the All-Star game ahead of Devin Booker. Like, that's just pure respect, overall disrespect. Like you said, as that leader. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's not about stats, man. That's what it comes down to. Because when we all looked
really
at his
isn't.
stats, we're like, okay, maybe there's an argument that he's not an all-star. But it's not. It's not about the stats. It's about just the other shit that he brings to the table. His leadership.
Unreal.
He just he makes people better. He's one of those guys that he expects so much from you, but he also guides you. And I think Blake couldn't handle that with the Clippers. I think Blake never really took it as seriously as it should have been taken, because they could have been really good.
I think Harden couldn't take it either. No. But I think that's just because he's just when you're that talented, it's hard to.
Yeah.
I guess.
But I mean, man, they were close to beating the Warriors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
And Chris Paul didn't even play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know?
Well, and it's also Harden's what more do you want from me, dude? I'm getting 45, 17, and 12. What more do you want from me? They didn't really have a lot anyways, right?
Yeah.
Imagine they had prime DJ in the center or something too.
For sure. Yeah. The Clippers, I give Blake a lot more flack for that, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and then on the other side, I think Jimmy's a type of player like that too. Did you guys hear that report where Jimmy got selected to be a replacement player for the All-Star game, but he said that Bam deserves to go, so he's not going to go? Faraz, did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, right? It's the same. It's the same kind of thing. Chris Paul. Obviously, I think he hasn't proved as the same level as Chris Paul quite yet, but same type of mentality, same type of player. So
for sure.
They're just cut from. They're those few players. There's not many of them left now, but they were cut from that old school cloth of. I don't want to give him the respect of saying Kobe, the Kobe Jordan level, but it's that close to that level of competitiveness and I don't know, just the fact that they try so hard. I don't think there are many dudes, for example, like Jimmy Butler, and I think Russell Westbrook is in that group of people too, who are just unbelievable competitors. But Jimmy Butler is the type of dude who goes on vacation and during the day he trains and then he has fun in the evening. He just does this every day, on his off season. I don't think a lot of dudes do that anymore. But it's cool to see that it still trickles down. That with each even new generation that's coming, it's nice to see that there's a couple of those guys left.
There always will be a couple, man. The guys that have to work extra hard to get to the league and then they become the stars. Like Jimmy Butler didn't have like the conventional way of coming to the league, right? And so like he had to work a lot harder than these guys that got like drafted number 1, number 2, number 3, whatever, like in the first round, and right, like they were always expected to be something. Where this guy had to like claw his way in. So like he has that edge, and so does Chris Paul. Chris Paul always had that chip on his shoulder kind of mentality. Right, he's always the small guy on the court. He always had to prove something, right?
Who do you guys think might be like the next crop of those players? Like somebody who's in their like first, second, or maybe even third year. Off the top of your head, I know we didn't really prepare for this, but
who's in? Okay,
is Tatum up there, Chris?
I don't think he's as demonstrative as other people, like leadership-wise. I can see Jaylen Brown turning into somebody like that, but not Tatum.
Maybe.
But that's a long shot as well. I can't really picture anybody right now.
Luka.
Luka,
I think Luka's going to be one of those guys that's going to be like super competitive, and like he's going to will that team into a couple championships by the time he's done, I think. Yeah. I honestly do.
Yeah, I could see it. A couple MVPs, a couple championships. Yeah. I could honestly see that too.
I want Embiid to go down that route, but I don't know if he will.
But he's also in his like what year is he in right now?
Luka?
Officially?
No. Yeah.
Embiid is like fifth year, right, or something like that.
Yeah,
fifth or sixth. Yeah,
sixth maybe even. Yeah.
But he didn't play for like 2 years, right? So.
Okay.
First
we're
2
doing
years.
the Simmons thing.
Yeah, he was a rookie, bro. He was a rookie for 3.
He's still a rookie.
I don't know who else is there. I think they're still a little too young to tell.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox, maybe Ja Morant, like those guys.
I think Ja.
Yeah, I can see Ja.
Ja has that like edge to him that I like. Yeah.
No.
Zion, I don't think would be.
Sexton, that guy's like always super intense. You guys always see his defensive highlight videos and stuff.
He is. He is.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he's going to be like a star, like those guys. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he will.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know, Chris. What did you say about Zion?
I don't think Zion is that type of person. Like I was just throwing it out there, like of the names of like the couple draft picks.
Yeah.
He's too nice.
He's too nice.
Yeah.
Seems like a very like genuinely nice guy.
He is, but in game, he's bullying dudes, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, one of the announcers the other day, he's bringing back like old school ball, and like he's like succeeding at it somehow. Like, it's not right. He's not like he's really shooting threes or anything. He's like out hustling people. He's bullying people, getting second chance points, and he's still averaging like 24 and like 9 or whatever his numbers are.
Yeah, no, he's playing well, man.
On like 60% shooting as well.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
he's just efficient.
Yeah.
And it's like, and he's small, and it's just like he's going up against these big dudes, and he's just like he's legit, exactly. He
reminds me of like that Chuck kind of playing style, man. He just throws that ass in there and just, you know what I mean, makes room for himself. Honestly, like he uses his body so well, and he's like super freaky athletic too, so that helps.
He plays through you. He doesn't play around. You know, he plays through you. He goes through you instead of around you. Like he gets the foul calls by like actually going to the rim instead of like trying to flop forward. He actually goes like through the defender, which
he's
is
not trying to draw a foul. That's the point, right? Yeah. Like he's trying to score, and if you're in his way and you foul him, okay. But I'm gonna try to go up there and score. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's how I wish Embiid would play.
Yeah.
He would literally be Shaq 2.0. Like he'd be Shaq, but like more skilled, like with actual like better footwork and shit. Like it's crazy. Like
and like a good shot too, like a nice smooth shot.
Yeah.
You see that like nice little Harden step back he had from like the mid range before the break? Like it was so good, smooth.
Man.
Yeah. Like 7'1".
For me, he's number one in the MVP. Yeah.
Yeah. Dang.
Right now, after the last few games, especially, dude, the guy he dominated Gobert. Even though the game was OT, like he was having his way still. Like whatever he wanted. Stuff. Like I'm like, that's nice to see. That's the player of the year. Like
yeah, exactly. I love that.
Hey, by the way, speaking of Gobert, 1 year to the day, Gobert touched all the mics.
Oh my god. Speaking of like that's a Myers Leonard move, man. Those two things, you know what I mean? Like you got to just know better. You just got to know better. Like, even if you're going to joke around, maybe like with your friends, you go, and you don't actually touch something, and you're like, you joke around. Like, maybe you didn't know. But like, dude, you're an NBA fucking...
With cameras on you.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it honestly doesn't.
Yo, DB, I like that comparison to Myers Leonard because Chris, I saw the clip today, and he does the same thing. He kind of does a double take. He pretends to do it. He gets up, and then he comes back, and he actually touches everything. And the camera guy is like, this is cringy as fuck.
He processed it in his head. Yeah. Like, he thought about it. He's like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And then it might not be the smartest move, but I'm going to do it.
Fuck. In hindsight, definitely not the smartest move. You guys want to jump over to the All-Star game? We all watched it together. The skills comp and the 3-point comp were before. So we all kind of when we were choosing who we were thought was gonna win this, when we were choosing shooters, we kind of decided that we weren't allowed to choose Steph amongst ourselves. We all had to pick somebody random, but obviously Steph dominated and came out there. So DB, what was most impressive about Steph's 3-point competition there?
Honestly, nothing. I think he underperformed. And he needs to take a long look in the mirror and fucking figure it out, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
But I would not have been surprised if he hit every single shot. I genuinely would have been like, holy shit. But at the same time, this is something that he could do at any point.
Mm-hmm.
How many threes did he hit in a row in practice?
90 something. Yeah, it was like 9.
What was it?
I thought it was in the 90s. Yeah, maybe it was over 100.
I think it was close to that 100 mark. Yeah.
It just doesn't make it, that when you're that automatic, man. He changed the game completely. He just completely changed the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if it was the broadcast or if it was us just talking shit. Pretty much who's playing for second, right? Everybody kind of knew that he was going to win it. So we were just trying to decide. I'm glad to see Mike Conley, did well, and he was in it. It's always kind of weird seeing a lefty in it too. Chris, right?
First All-Star game too, man. He was hype. We talked about it before, right? He's gonna go there to prove something, and fuck, good for him. I think this was the one year he didn't deserve to be an All-Star, maybe, but he deserves to be an All-Star at some point in his career. So good for him, man.
Yeah,
he got there.
Yeah, straight up. Faraz, anything sticking out from the skills comp or anything like that? We didn't really watch it too much. We weren't really paying attention.
No, I'm not even really a big fan of the skills comp anyway. It's
It used to be good. It used to be good back in the day when you'd have a bunch of drills, 2-3 different passes, a 3-point shot in there as well. It was quite cool. But now it's just
John Wall was in it and fucking Dame and
those guys tried
the point guards
a little bit more.
Yeah, D Rose.
Yeah,
all those guys did it when they were up and coming. No. 3-point shootout. I felt like there were a few notable misses, a few notable dudes that weren't on the list that I would have had on the list, but I don't know if that's because they didn't want to be there or whatnot. But no one can give Steph a run for his money other than possibly Clay and Dame if he has a really good day.
Harden, maybe.
Even Harden, I don't think so. In a shooting comp, he's not. Maybe KD, maybe. Yeah. Even still, I think Dame and Clay have the best shot.
Booker is in a bad choice.
Yeah, Booker would be in there too.
Booker wouldn't be bad.
Booker is in a
Yeah.
But Booker was in it a couple years ago too, right? Or did he win?
I think he's won one, hasn't he? No,
I think so. Or no, maybe he lost to Clay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. But
you're right. He's on a different level.
It's funny how we were talking about in the group the other day, just talking about how I brought up the whole we should watch the 3-point contest with terrible shooters, and we all got heated over that. So that 3-point contest for me was probably the most exciting thing in the All-Star game, to be perfectly honest. I wasn't expecting an unreal performance by Steph. Obviously I know he's a great shooter, but that was holy shit, that wowed me. And I was that's the best part of the night right there. And I was like how I said dinner, I was we should put in Giannis Simmons and Embiid, or Giannis Simmons and Russ in that 3-point contest. It'll be much more entertaining, but I don't think it would be after watching that last performance.
Also, Russell Westbrook would dominate that fucking 3-point competition. It
would be funny to watch. It would be hilarious to watch.
Not real.
Maybe
I guess.
Maybe some
Gobert.
Put Gobert in there, or something like that.
Or someone that can't shoot threes. Like he can't shoot threes. I understand. He's not a good 3-point shooter, but at least people still put a hand up when he shoots a three.
Yeah.
Like Simmons, you're running back going, yes, like hopefully he twists his ankle on this play as well. like you know what I mean? Like there's no way he's scoring. It's an
different. Overall win if you're playing Philly and Ben Simmons takes a three. But with Russ, like he's probably had like 5 makes in a game before, probably 6 makes in a game.
For sure, yeah.
Right?
For sure.
He can make them. I just pulled up the 3-point percentage leaders just based on this season. See if any of these guys could potentially take down Steph. It's CJ McCollum, Steph, Dame, Buddy Hield, Zach LaVine, Paul George, Beasley, Joe Harris, Mitchell, Harden, Duncan Robinson. Maybe Joe Harris could give him a run for his money. He's just so mechanically.
Joe Harris or Duncan Robinson, if like a really good day, because like those guys have just really good shots. They have nice form, and there's it's just a nice shot. So it's like they might,
Yeah, like if it was an empty gym, not like actually the all-star competition.
Sure. Maybe. But then I would still have it like Steph wins 8 and those guys maybe get 2. Steph wins 8 or 9 out of 10. Anyone else?
I would say 9. I would say 9 times out of 10. Yeah. I honestly would. Yeah.
Especially if you get him shooting that many shots, like he's gonna catch fire. He won't miss for like 4 rounds.
100%.
Yeah.
Boss man.
Straight up.
Just so good, honestly. Just perfected it. Just like it's crazy. We were talking at work, like how they were asking me what I thought about the All-Star game. And I'm like, first of all, whatever, we'll get to the actual All-Star game. But I'm like, at some point they're gonna have a 4-point line. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It has to happen. There's no way it doesn't happen at this point. Dame and Curry have the capabilities of pulling up from past half court. Like
literally.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. No, it makes sense, right? Because it's getting to a point where a 3 for Curry is like a free throw for everybody else, right? So, eventually it's going to get like that from a lot of guys. And
for sure.
It's just going to have to, because you're just going to have to stretch it out that much. Maybe like a dunk would be worth 3 points and there's something, because they'll be so rare.
They're going to make the rim higher, or like make the actual like rim smaller, like the hoop smaller. Dude, honestly, that would throw
I think they do that
so
before
much.
they do a 4th-point line, like a tiny bit, like half an inch in.
Oh, no, man. Then you have to change all
relearn everything.
Basketball. You have to change all levels of basketball.
No, because if you think about it, in Europe, the 3-point line is not the same as NBA as it is.
No, that's 3-point line. You could change 3-point line because it's just a further shot.
Yeah,
that's my point. Yeah,
right, you could do that, but you can't change like if you do that like changes the entire like game completely.
Yeah.
Raise the rim though. They got to raise the rim. After Anthony Simons dunking at 12 feet and he's like 6'4", I'm like, dude, you guys like, come on.
What do you think?
11? No, man, go like 6 inches at first. Go like a little bit,
like 10-4 or something like that.
Yeah, whatever, even less. Yeah.
But again, you know how much that changes everyone's shot. Like
I think that would change it less than making the rim smaller.
Yes.
I think players would adjust to the height faster. I think.
But it's just that would. I like it like in a vacuum, but it's like, okay, at what level? Do college players do that as well? So you just go D1, you're playing at 10 feet, and then now you're in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't.
And it's
10 to be honest, I don't understand. To be honest, I don't understand why college and NBA just isn't the same. I don't get that.
Everything should be the same.
It's literally a farm. It's a farm for the NBA. Everyone's goal is to go to college and make the NBA. So why the fuck would that not me or a lot of them?
Communication degree, man. Why not get a communication degree?
Legit though, it's like, why would you not mirror that and just get them used to it? Like,
makes sense.
It
makes sense
for sure.
I mean, maybe it makes the game more exciting. I don't know, because they're not as good.
Take zones out. It make it so much more exciting.
With that 4-point line, will teams start running offense from the 4-point line instead of the 3-point line? And then people are just going to be jacking shots up from like 26, 27 feet out?
If you're
would it change the novelty of it hitting a 3-pointer though? Where it's like if you hit a 3-pointer, you're like, bang, that's sick. Or why aren't you shooting the 4-pointer now? You know?
No, I think it'll still be so difficult that only a handful of dudes can do it.
Yeah.
But there'll be people like the Kuzmas or the Jordan Clarksons of this world just running out to the 4-point line trying to get a bucket.
Yo, but it's like just think of it this way. It's like now with the 3-point line. When they first implemented it, when they first implemented the 3-point line, not a lot of people were taking it. Now everybody's fucking taking it. And you're not like, yo, LaMarcus Aldridge, why are you shooting from the elbow? Like, come out to the 3-point line. It's like, no, that's his money shot. That's his good shot. So like, yeah, you might have one guy that you'll run a play for to hit a 4. But like, yeah, if you have, I don't know, fucking Trevor Ariza shooting a 3, you're like, okay, cool. Like that's your spot. That's good.
Or PJ Tucker, like the corner 3, right?
Yeah.
Like, Yo, so then would you have to okay, so the 4-point play could only be shot from obviously, makes sense. Yeah. You can't shoot corner 4s.
No.
It would never happen. Yeah. Make the game a little bit wider too. The corner.
What game is it? They actually do have a 4-point line. Is it
the big 3, right?
Big 3, right? Yeah.
Don't they have like circles or something?
They have like circles where like you're allowed to shoot 4s.
That's what it would be. I would assume like make a circle and then you one foot
like a zone
in it, like when you take off at least. Like
Wow. That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
One foot's got to be in the circle.
You're down by 4. Everyone's just standing on the 4-point fucking.
Boom, and 1 5-point play.
5-point play.
Yeah. But imagine 4 free throws. Oh, Trae Young's gonna have a field day with that new rule.
Dude, players are legit gonna be averaging like fucking 18 free throws a game.
Games are gonna take 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, it's actually similar in the Major League Lacrosse League. They introduced a 2-point line. And I don't know exactly how far it's, maybe 30 yards out from the net or whatever, but it's a 2-point line. So that kind of spread things out a bit, made it more interesting. But
yeah,
I see the game evolving that way. Maybe like the court's bigger too? Maybe might be able to just make the dimensions of the court bigger too.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like if you do that, then you could also have corner 4s.
Yeah.
Like straight up though, right?
Yeah.
And just make it an actual, just like it's like 4 or 5 feet out from the 3.
Yeah.
How many feet would it have to be out, like for 4 points?
Like it's 23-9.
Like slightly
23-9 is the 3-point line, I think. And then from the corners, it's like 22 and a bit.
Yeah,
I think you got to add at least like 3 feet.
Yeah, at least.
At least
it has to be. It has to be something decent, or else like if it's like one step back, like how like college is different from like high school or something like that. There's no fucking difference. Just jack it up.
Like between 28 and 30 feet is good.
Well, what was like the Mountain Dew like 4-pointer or whatever that they did in the 3-point? Like that's a couple steps back. That's like a good amount back.
That's about good.
Sense. Yeah,
that's about good.
Whatever that distance is.
We'll go with
they
that.
Probably
we'll go with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Or what if like the corner 4-pointer is like you're just slightly behind the backboard? You got to like shoot it over the backboard. They just extend the baseline.
Practice those, man.
Yeah.
We used to practice those though, man. We're good.
Good shit. But what did you guys think about the actual game? I know we talked about it a bit off air, but Chris, what was your thoughts about the game? I know you're pounding back the old Molson.
the three Molsons I had that
pounding back the Molson.
Pounded, slugging through.
Yo, send us a couple beers, man. Molson.
I left you 3. Oh no, you don't live at Faraz's anymore, hey?
I won't be living here anymore, man.
Shit.
Crazy.
No, All-Star game, it was cool, but I mean it was whatever. Like it wasn't anything exciting. It was pretty boring to be perfectly honest. Didn't really care for, there's no intensity, there's no try, there wasn't anything. And I think sort of in the lead up to the All-Star game on Instagram, the NBA was putting out like highlights from past All-Star games. And then what the 2003 one came out, where it's the double overtime with Kobe versus MJ. Mm-hmm. And like every player on that team was trying, for the most part. And then Kobe, the top players in the league at the time, were trying. Whereas here, nobody's trying, nobody cares. You got Dame and Steph launching half-court threes to end the game, just on a pull-up. Like it wasn't really anything that, this was a sick game, like I'll remember it for time kind of thing, like the Kobe and MJ one, everybody should remember that one because it was so intense and it was like very hyped to watch. But this one was just like, oh cool, it's just a layup line, really.
Yeah.
That's what it's become, though, right? Like over the years, it's just and it's not just the All-Star game that's become that. It's like the whole league. Like we were talking about how there's only a couple guys that are competitors, like to the point where they want to rip off your head. It's not like that anymore, right? And everyone has like buddies, and they're all friends, and it's just like it's a completely different vibe. Like
more people are there for the paycheck rather than actually winning. Like they're there like
for the paycheck,
to play basketball with their friends.
All-star. I think it's just to have that all-star thing on your resume, right? I don't think it's the paycheck because, like, man, if LeBron could just go and rest, man, because clearly he didn't want to be at that game.
Yeah,
like it was pretty obvious, right? Like he played, I don't know however many minutes, but it wasn't that many, and he didn't even play the second half. I don't think.
Did a couple dunks, get a couple photos for action photos with some dunks, and then call it a day, basically.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I think now it's more for like the casual fan. It's not for us who are like, we watch all these teams like fairly consistently. We know, pretty in depth what the capabilities of all the all-stars are. I don't think this game is for us. It's for it's so you can get that 10-second clip of Curry dunking. Like that just probably boosted his brand so much with like the whatever, like 9 to 12, 13-year-olds. They're probably losing their shit after that.
Yeah.
It's all about these little clips of what you can get. Giannis not missing a shot. That's your little clip. All the point guards getting a dunk. That's your little clip. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think
it's a showcase.
What you said, it's just kind of evolved, right? It's not going to be a competitive game, and I just don't. Other than the finals, I don't see how you can get it to be competitive.
Do you think there's any way?
MLB.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Make it for a home court advantage, like we said.
They have to be willing to try something, right? That's the thing.
That'd be ridiculous.
They have to be willing to like actually do it. Like, yeah, because you could get pretty creative or pretty crazy with it to make people try. It could be an extra draft pick, or it could be who knows. But yeah. Anyways, it was more fun just getting together with the boys and watching and like
for sure
catching those moments, right? Like you said, it was pretty dope to see Dame, CP, and Curry all dunk back to back to back. But if they were trying, then that doesn't really matter.
Yeah. That would never happen.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that would never happen regularly.
Exactly.
Still nice seeing them out there, but yeah, none of them wanted to be there.
No.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not the same anymore.
And the break is so long. Like I feel like I haven't watched an NBA game in God knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
Like tomorrow, it's a full week, right?
Starts tomorrow.
Yeah, two games. Yeah. What, Memphis and Washington or something?
Yeah,
I
think there's 2 games last Thursday. I think so. I guess 6 days game to game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish they just took 10 days off and just didn't even play this All-Star game. They're like, we need time off, and then they come back from the 10 days and nobody's resting. Everybody's good to go. Nobody's bitching and complaining about the All-Star game. No COVID procedure. Ben Simmons and Embiid having to miss the game, but anyways, they still play these games till they change it up somehow. I don't know.
Sure.
A one-on-one tournament might be fun to watch.
Do you think it'd be quite cool to put like a World versus USA All-Star game instead, and then you sort of play for like?
They already have that.
Yeah, but it's not the All-Stars. Like pick 12 of the best American players, and then pick 12 of the best international players, and then play a game. For like bragging rights or something. But like
different guys that don't get picked to the All-Star game?
No, like in place of the All-Star game. Like you're playing for like your country type of thing.
Yeah, okay.
It's more like I think playing for your country kind of thing. I don't know.
I think that's like a fun temporary fix. Like it might work for 1 year, maybe 2 years, but
it's a gimmick.
Yeah, after a while there
has to be incentive. Like that's the only thing. There's got to be a reason for them to want to compete.
For sure.
Yeah. And right now
it's not enough.
Yeah. And right now it's the numbers probably work out where there's enough to do like that, international versus USA, but maybe it sways back to USA dominating again and having, 15 of the top 20 guys.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So talking about a 6-time All-Star, Blake Griffin coming back from Detroit, signing with the Nets. We all kind of thought that he was likely going to sign there after we heard he got bought out. So he signs for $1.2 million for the rest of the season. And DB, what do you think, man?
I think it's like obviously not the same Blake Griffin that we knew when he was with the Clippers. Obviously, we all know that. But I also don't think it's as like little of a deal as everyone thinks it is. I think he's going to give him a little bit more scoring, even if he comes off the bench. I don't know if he will or not, or if they're just going to go small and play him at like center once in a while. But it doesn't really matter. I think he's going to catch some lobs where everyone's like, he hasn't dunked in 2 years. I think if he wants to, I think he could still do it. And I don't know. He's not going to be like a game changer, but he doesn't need to be a game changer on that team, right? He just needs to contribute. That's it. And he's a vet. Yeah. He's a vet, so he could do that, right? He just, I guess he just won't be shooting as many threes and dribbling as much because other people will do it now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Faraz?
And I think that's a great pickup, man. I thought he was going to go to the Lakers. I thought that Brooklyn would go the Boogie route maybe, but I think Blake's still the better option. I think he's still a better scorer. But yeah, I mean, he'll be good off the bench. It makes them better. It doesn't really make them worse. So I don't. And for the vet minimum, bring it on, baby.
Nice. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Chris, what do you think, man?
It's ring chasing season. That's what it is. It's a great pickup for don't get me wrong, a great pickup for the Nets. I just think Blake's the only reason he's going there is to win a ring. Like I don't think he probably could play much better or could have played much better in Detroit or wherever, like at the end of his Clippers run, I guess. But going into like Brooklyn, you can start playing full swing. You can start dunking the ball again. Because if you get injured, you're still on the team and you're still getting that ring with Brooklyn because you're on the team. So I think he'll play with more, not at like risk, but try to play like in Detroit, he went 3-point line to 3-point line. I think like a little bit of the old, that's probably because he was preserving himself, taking days off, like all this kind of thing. I think now in Brooklyn, like you can unleash more of what Blake Griffin used to be, because now if he does get hurt, it doesn't sewer him for the rest of his career. He gets hurt in Brooklyn, still wins the championship. So
you're saying Brooklyn's winning the championship?
No, I'm saying it's ring chasing season. Hoping
if
Brooklyn doesn't win a championship, it's the biggest like bust ever, I'd say.
What?
With a team that stacked.
So you think they're that favorite? Wait. So you think they're that favorite right now to win it?
They should be
over the entire field. LeBron included.
So that's what you think. Yes, you think they're the favorite? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but like other people don't, right?
Probably. I don't know. That's my opinion.
There's no, like, I mean, if you go on a betting site, it's not going to be like 1-to-1 odds, right?
It could be a minus instead of a plus on the betting site for Brooklyn, I'd say.
Yeah, they're the favorite in my mind too, but definitely the best option out of Boogie or Blake, I think, is Blake. But he kind of contradicts their system a bit, but he also is going to fill some of their needs, right? So he's not a huge defensive rim type protector, so they're not really gaining a whole lot there. He's not super switchable anymore. He's a little bit older, but he's still a nice big body. He can guard a 3, 4, 5, probably. But he might get played off the floor later in the series as the games come down to it. But like you said, DB, who cares? Yeah, who the fuck cares? Do your work in the second, third quarter, and then go sit down, have a front row view of KD putting on work. Right?
For real, man.
Straight up. He so the Brooklyn Nets before this were the second lowest team to score out of the post, only behind Utah Jazz, by the way, the number 1 center in the league. So now when Blake Griffin comes in, he gets over 30% of his scoring comes from inside the post, which is actually the second highest in the league behind Joel Embiid. So he's going to fill a gap that they don't really have right now. You're going to be able to put him on the weak side, swing it over to him to have a kind of a weak side to himself. And then it's like, okay, you're going to help Joe Harris. Thank you. You know, he's going to be out there with Kyrie and Durant and whatever, and all those other shooters, right? So I think he's really going to help them. But yeah, probably will be like a liability, I think, on defense later in the season. just his status is going to keep him on the floor a little bit, but it's definitely not a bad move for him, for the team.
Man, it's perfect.
They got better. They got better. Yeah. Who do you think missed out on him the biggest? Like, as you said, Lakers, but anybody in the East that probably wanted him?
Maybe the Raptors.
Yeah. Raptors. Yeah.
Miami could have used them.
Miami could have used them.
Boston could have used them.
Celtics could have used them.
Yeah. So what? Boston probably the biggest contender out of those. Philly, Philly, Milwaukee don't really need any more big, right? I mean, give Giannis anything he needs, man. He needs help. He needs help over there, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good move for him. I've never been a super big fan of the guy Blake Griffin, but obviously he's a fucking phenomenal basketball player. Good to see him and DJ reunited back again. Yeah. But let me ask you guys, why hasn't Boogie got picked up yet? I don't understand what's going on.
I think he's getting the Carmelo Anthony treatment, man.
Yeah.
I feel like it's something to do with that. I don't know, man. I think a lot of teams could use him, or maybe he's like waiting for the right team to like pursue him. He wants a championship run, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like he may be getting that Melo treatment a bit, but the thing is, after his injuries, like his production obviously declined a lot, and he's not the same player he was.
Mm-hmm.
But his antics and that attitude that he had, it's still the same.
Yeah.
And it's hard to tolerate that part when you're not putting up 26 and 12.
For sure.
Great point. Yeah.
It sucks. It's like, there's a lot of players that have that, that thing about them, but they're still very productive. And it's like, I'm not saying he's not productive. It's like, he's still decent. And he's still probably, with the right training and the right mindset, maybe he could still become something close to what he was, because he's not that old. But
Boogie was never that athletic. He was never. Boogie wasn't that dude that was like fucking grabbing the ball, going full court, and just taking off from the free throw line. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. That was never his game. So he could get back to it. You're right, Faraz.
Yeah, I legit think it's like from as a fan watching, it looks like he doesn't take his conditioning that seriously.
Yeah, good point.
But then again, I could be wrong. Like maybe it's just like legit. That's just how it looks to me. I'm like, maybe the guy could be in better shape, for what he is. Like, and starts contributing in some other ways, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm honestly just as surprised that he's not picked up though. So.
Yeah, because I was thinking like maybe a Dallas. That would be great for Dallas. But like you said, like it's like the benefit and the negative factor, right? It was a lot more skewed with his physical ability, and now it's kind of evening out a little bit, right? Like you said, his antics are still roughly the same. I think he got double kicked out while he's in Houston there. So
you can't be that, right? Getting still like the league in technicals, like you shouldn't be doing that. Yeah.
Draymond's gonna get a little bit more leeway, like when his skills are declining. Draymond's gonna get a little bit more time though, just because he won championships, right? Like he's got a little bit more respect, and he's with the same team. Yeah. So he like even when his skills start to go, he'll still have the antics. Those are never going to go away for him.
Yeah.
Right.
But I feel like he has more upside, right? He has he's a better basketball mind than Boogie. I think better passer, obviously better defender. Yeah, I think he's a slightly different level, but
right now. But what I'm saying is, he's going to be around for another 3-4 years, and I think his skills are going to. And I think he's going to stay with Golden State as well. But there's going to be a point where you got to run that, like you said, cost benefit analysis, and he's not going to be there anymore. But they're going to keep him around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Draymond is a type that I can see transitioning to a player coach, like when he's like in the later years, like they'll keep him around, but the Warriors, 100%. Yeah. I think it'll be the Warriors.
He'll stay there the whole career, I think.
That's what I think, and it's like they'll probably like keep him, and he'll become like what Derek Fisher was like at the very end of his career, or what other players were there. Like I want to say Dudley, but Dudley sucks. But I mean, at a much higher
Chris
level.
Paul is turning into.
Jason Kidd.
Like what Chris Paul is.
Jason Kidd is a very good one. Jason Kidd near the end, he didn't really play that much, I don't know why I have Lindsey Hunter in my head from like, but that's like a little older. But I remember that old fuck. Yeah.
Good shout out.
Yeah. I can see Draymond transitioning to that, but yeah.
Or into commentary too, right? Like into not commentary, but like into he's expressed an interest in that a few times. He's done a few of the little like AT&T halftime shows and whatnot.
Yeah,
so.
I think he's called games.
Yeah,
he's done games.
Yeah.
Well, he's been at that TNT crew instead of Chuck there sometimes, but yeah. Anybody got anything else on the All-Star game or Blake or anything? No, man. It's been a long one, so if you're still around, please comment, like, all that great stuff. We officially have more episodes than we do followers or subscribers. So come on, guys. Cam, Chino, come on, man, hook us up. Start telling your friends.
I think those guys are still hooking us up, man. But yo, one more quick thing. I just want to shout out.
Yeah.
Did you guys? One of you guys sent it to the group. Bradley Beal saying that Russell Westbrook is his favorite player to play with.
His favorite teammate, right?
Probably my
favorite teammate.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, man. And people always still say he's like a cancer, and he drove away KD, and he did this, and man, I don't know. That's the kind of stuff that like the media runs with, right? Like,
yeah. Crazy. Well, and that's the thing that gets ignored, right? It's like, okay, even if people made that judgment about him, like, yeah, take it. Yeah, I thought he was, but clearly all his teammates are saying he's not. Same with Jimmy, right? Faraz, you were always on Jimmy's side, and look, now he's proving it. He's proving it, right?
For sure.
But that's the unfortunate part is like the media is going to forget that or neglect it. They're not even going to talk about it. One little Instagram post and that's it. Yep.
Crazy though. Love Westbrook.
But yeah, Westbrook MVP. All right, y'all. We'll be back.
Boys, today's episode brought to you by Premium. Yo, our 4 followers, please go buy.
Dude, that's a sick plug, man. That's a sick plug.
Yo, I need rep money.
As an avid user of the product, I can confirm it's a great product. They're sponsoring this podcast. I was gifted them, so I'm a little bit biased, but they're raw. We coming for you, boy. Thanks for stopping by to Sesh'n with us. If you like what we're doing, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell your neighbor, tell your dog. Peace.